the time has come for some more sewing shenanigans. So, question is, are you ready? Let's go. What's up, everybody? This is Patrice from My Embellished Life. Welcome or welcome back to my channel with all of my sewing shenanigans and whatever else tickles my fancy. I'm just saying. So what am I going to work on today? Well, I really want some vests. I really want a vest. I really do want a vest. Yes, I do. Now, I think I wanted to make one from 2 years ago, and I said, and I kept putting it off. I kept putting it off. And last year I said, okay, I'm going to make one during the summer. And I put it off again. And all of this time I've been accumulating vest patterns. And then I said, okay, I'm going to make one for October. And that didn't happen. Still accumulating patterns for vests. And I said, you know what? This is the time for me to make a vest, because right now I have this Pinterest inspiration that I want to duplicate, and it's a vest with a pleated skirt. And so I decided on making McCall's 70, not McCall's, it's Butterick, I'm sorry, Butterick 7018, and it is a retro pattern from the 1960s, and it's a vest pattern, yes, and it has multiple views, and I absolutely love this pattern. I bought this pattern in the PDF version last year. Absolutely loving this pattern. So last week I decided to make view C, okay, and so that is what I did, and I want to make it again because there's some adjustments that I want to sort out. But since we're here, let me just show you the outcome of the first time I did it. Now this is the vest, and I just did it with some leftover Ankara fabric that I had. Yes, and it's good so far, but there's some adjustments that I want to make. So I'm going to take you over to another video where I'm going to talk about the adjustments that I want to make with the second with round 2 of this top. So let's head over to that video. All right, guys, so here's my first attempt of making Butterick 7018, and I'm loving it. Now I can stand to do a few more adjustments, and I think it would be perfect. Now this pattern is super easy. Let me say that, because it only has 2 pattern pieces. There's the piece for the front and then the piece for the back, and then you cut it twice because there's a lining inside, and that is it, 2 pattern pieces. So outside of my regular adjustments that I've made, I've noticed that I can do, just a bit more. First of all, I shifted the buttons more to the side, because where they were located originally, the vest would have been too large. So yeah, so I made that adjustment so that the vest could be pulled in more. There's just a little more spacing than I would like in my armhole region that I really want to get rid of, and also there's a bit, just a tiny bit in the neck region as well, and I really want to get that flat as I possibly can. Now I've noticed that when making this vest, I noticed that I have a high-low shoulder. Well, I shouldn't say I've noticed. I've known it all along. I've known it all along. So let me not say that I've just noticed it. Patty, stop the line. So, but yeah, when doing this, it is more prominent. I'm not sure if you can see it, but my left shoulder is actually lower than my right. So that is something I need to take into consideration for my other adjustments again. And I think, I really think that I do have a slope shoulder. Yes, because when reading one of my homegirls, Nancy Simon books, she explained it so well. And basically, she was saying that if you tend to have a lot of bunching, like in the underarm region, most likely you will need a slope shoulder. And I find that a lot of the garments that I've made with sleeves, yeah, they tend to have some sort of bunching in this region, more under my left arm than in the right. So that is the first adjustment that I'm going to tackle. You guys know I'm all about the fitting this year. But for this one, because it's just two pattern pieces, I'm going to make the adjustments in the shoulders to get rid of that space to the back of the neck, and then in the underarms just to make it a bit more flat. So we're going to make a second one. Yes, a second one. So let's go. And we're back. So you guys are aware of the adjustments that I want to make in that vest and also this vest round two that I'm going to do. And I'll be honest, I love this dress pattern, this vest pattern. It's super easy, and the thing that is getting me right now with this pattern is that I chose to use, you know, the self-covering buttons. Absolutely loving it. So let me show you the fabric that I want to use for this second vest, this vest the second time around. So this is the fabric that I'm going to make the vest with the second time. And for those of you who've been with me for a while, you might remember this fabric because I made McCall's 76, no, I'm lying, 6706 pattern. I think 2 or 3 years ago, I made View B with this fabric, and I color blocked it with some yellow fabric. So it's a pleated skirt. So, and I did a crop denim sleeveless top with this skirt. So I have some leftover fabric, and I said, you know what? Let me pair a vest with it as well. So I'm going to make a second top for that pleated skirt. Now, for the other vest, I do have a pattern that in mind that I would like to make for the pleated skirt. And it's another indie pattern. I've never used them before, and it's from Patterns for Less. Patterns for Less, sorry. And they are on Etsy. So I've never used this indie pattern company before, but they have some patterns that I do want to try. And they had a sale the other day, a few days ago, and the patterns, I think they're usually like for $11-12. They were for $2.50, and so I bought about 5 or 6 patterns now. Like I said, I've never used them before, I've never heard of them, but they had some good reviews on Etsy, and I'm like, you know what, yeah, let's see how this goes. So this is the skirt that I'm planning to use for the pleated skirt pattern, and we'll just see how it goes. But back to this vest. So yes, this is the fabric that I'm yes. This is the fabric that I'm going to use for this for round two. I haven't cut out anything as yet. As you can see, the fabric is still in my hand, so I'm going to cut it out, and then I'm going to be aware of the adjustments that I want to make, and then we'll go from there. This should be a quick make because it's just 2 pattern pieces, so we're gonna do this. So with me, quick. And as usual, my disclaimer, this is no way, shape, or form a sewing tutorial for Butterick 7018. This is just me and all of my sewing shenanigans, okay? So without further ado, let's get to my sewing table. Yes. Okay, I've cut all of the pattern pieces and here they are. This is the back piece and then the other piece is the front piece. For my lining, I've been using some black cotton foil and I like it. It's thin enough and all of that jazz. So the pattern pieces are cut out. And guys, let me show you my new best friend. I got it as a Christmas gift and I've been using it ever since. And it is my electric scissors. Listen, I absolutely love this bad boy. I mean, zoop, and it's done. So yeah, this is what I've been using since Christmas, since I've received it, and I love it so far. So I'm going to continue with this pattern. And let me just say once again, the Simplicity Pattern Group, they need to do better with their instructions for PDF. Look at how tiny these instructions are. Who can read this? I mean, oh my goodness. I already wear glasses. I do not know what else they want from me. They really have to fix the way they present their instructions in the PDF format. I mean, oh my goodness, if you're not someone, if you don't have 20/20, if you have 20/20 vision, sorry, by the time you read these instructions, you would definitely need some sort of glasses. This is just ridiculous. But anyway, we're gonna continue. I'm going to continue and I'm going to just put in all the darts, get them sorted for both the front and the lining, and then I'm going to stitch the shoulders and the sides together, connect the lining, and we do all of that jazz. Okay, so let's get started again. Okay guys, so I'm now attaching the front and the back at the sides together, and I'm going to do some adjustments. Now, because I've already cut out the pattern, and let's be honest, I wasn't in the mood to print it out and put it picked together again, I said, you know what, the method that I'm going to use for the first vest, I'm just going to do it on this, on the second version one time. I intend to go in further an additional 1/4 of an inch from the seam allowance, and then 3.5 inches down, which will take me somewhere around here. I'm going to like taper it down to get into the 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, and that should be suffice. So I'm just going to mark it off so it's easier for me to sew when I'm on the machine. Okay, now that is sorted. Let me see what Butterick wants to tell me with their secrets. Look at this. Do you think this is right? Look at these instructions. Oh my goodness, do you see how tiny the font is? Nonsense in ingredients. Oh my goodness. So let's see what else secrets Butterick 70. I can't remember the pattern number now. Oh yes, 7018. What secrets of the universe that they are trying to tell me that they have to put it in such small font? we're almost there. So I've already attached the lining to the front. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stitch all around. So I'm going to start at the side front, come up the center front, and stop right at the shoulders, and then I'm going to come down and come around the arms and stop at the shoulders again. Gonna stitch the neck hole, and you stop at the shoulders, and then I do the same thing again. So I'm coming around the arms. Let me get it fixed. So I'm coming around the arms, stopping at the shoulders, coming down the center front and down the side, and then I'm going to do the bottom. So everywhere would be enclosed except for the shoulders. Alright. Yes. So I've turned it inside out. So this is the outside and then the inside. So all of my seams and everything are concealed inside. This is the bottom as well. And I just love, I just love how this vest is constructed. Really, I do. So now I'm just going to give it a good press and make sure that my seams and everything are good. And the corners, I'm going to fix them as well so they are pointed and nice. And yeah, and then the last thing I have to do before I add the buttons, I'm going to attach everything at the arms. Yeah, so let me get this ironed. Alright guys, so here is the end product of Butterick 7018, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Now, I must mention, even though that I did the armhole adjustments, and I'm very pleased about it, I've got the fitting just right, but I didn't do any in the neck. I thought about not doing it the last minute, and you know what, sometimes it's good to go against the grain, because I still don't like some of the gaping that I'm seeing here. So I'm going to go back and do that adjustment as I previously planned. I don't know why I just didn't do what I was supposed to do. I think when I make this top again, this vest, I'm so addicted to this vest. When I make it again, I'm going to size down to the size 16 instead of the 18. I used the size 18 because I was doing Nicey Simon's pivot and slide, and then my front width measurements corresponded with size 18 according to Nancy's method. But it just didn't work for me this time around. I think I can stand to go down a size 16, or I might just have to increase my seam allowance if I use this pattern. For that reason, I have to go back again and adjust my buttons and put them further to going to the side. So these buttons I have to remove, as well as the other two that's underneath. So definitely I have to shift around the buttons. I have to shift around the buttons because I've already made the buttonhole. So yeah, so I have to shift around the buttons. But other than that, I am loving it. And as you can see, I've paired it with the dress that I've made a few years ago, the macaws pattern. Let me just back up so you can see it. Yes, so this is the skirt. And it looks absolutely amazing. And of course, I've popped pictures in so you'll be able to see. So now that I've shown you the end product, let's get back inside and let's have the final chat about Macaw 7018. Alright guys, this wraps up the sew with me for Butterick 7018. Look, I love this pattern. Now granted, I will go back and size down to a 16 when I make this again. I can see this being a staple. 2 pattern pieces? I mean, you can't get better than that. The instructions are easy. Well, once you bypass the secrets that Butterick was trying to say with the size of the font, once you're able to get past that and your eyes are not a wreck, I mean, it's very simple to put together. So this is a pattern that I would highly recommend getting, but get it in the paper format. I'm just saying, save your eyes. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely would recommend this pattern. Such a quick and easy staple for your wardrobe, and you can dress it up and dress it down as you wish. So definitely this is going to be made again, and I think once I size down to the 16 and you know, keep the adjustments that how I want it, I think it would be perfect. The third time's a charm, and we can go from there. So tell me, what are your thoughts with Butterick 7018? Is this a pattern that you've tried before? Is it something that you're thinking about, or you're just here for my shenanigans? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell for all of my other shenanigans, because guys, coming next, my next video would actually be my sewing spotlight for February, day and dough. I've made a decision. I've already selected 2 patterns and we are ready to go. So be on the lookout for those videos. Thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I hope you have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Think lovely thoughts, keep on smiling, and always remember to make beautiful and wonderful things. All right, lovies, I'm out of here. Bye.